Okay, hello everybody. Hello, hello, hello. How is everybody doing? Welcome. And how are you? What's up? It is Sunday, ladies and gentlemen. Sunday fun day. Oh, yeah. Welcome, folks. Today is Sunday, November. Oh, my God. What the heck? Not even close. Let's try this again. Today is Sunday, February. Yes, I got the month right this time. February 25th, 2018. How are you doing? I hope your answer is, I'm doing well. If it's not, well, then hopefully the stream that I'm about to produce for you will put a smile on your face and entertain you. Okay? So, what's going on? What's the deal? What can you expect? I have a big update on my schedule for this week so you guys and gals can know what to expect. So, about to talk about that. But first of all, welcome to the stream. Only one gameplay stream for today, folks. In fact, for the next 2 days, there's only going to be a single gameplay stream, if not 3. And I'm about to explain why. It's for a very good reason. Certainly it's not that I don't want to be putting out as many streams for you as possible or anything like that. It's just that sometimes real life and personal stuff kind of, gets in the way and hinders my availability. In particular, the next couple of days, I'm going to be doing very boring in-person stuff that I really don't want to have to do, but yet the federal government forces me to do every single year. It's a bunch of crap. Okay? So, let's talk. Today, ladies and gentlemen, here on stream, my one gameplay stream for today. It's more Grand Theft Auto San Andreas HD. You guys seem to really have enjoyed this playthrough that started earlier this week, right? You guys really seem to be digging it. And I'm pleased with that the fact that you guys are enjoying the playthrough, because I am as well. I'm not doing it every day, but, pretty much alternating it between other stuff that I've been doing. And you guys really seem to have enjoyed the streams as of late. Attendance has been good. Participation has been great. So that's a good thing. I'm glad that you guys are liking what I'm putting out. Okay? So, San Andreas. Yes, folks. Guess what time it is? You may not believe it. You may not be aware. I'm pretty much just about to hit the point of the game where, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to begin, that's right, flight school, if you can believe it. Yes, folks. Flight school. Oh, brother. Oh, brother, where art thou? So for those of you who aren't aware, flight school is infamously one of the most difficult parts of the last, 15 to 20 years of gaming. Why? Because it's mandatory in order to beat Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. There's other things in San Andreas that are optional. Driving school, the 0 missions, Okay, are they difficult? Yes. Are they annoying? Yes, but they're also optional. So it's not that big of a deal. Flight school is mandatory. You need to complete flight school in order to progress and beat the game. There's some people who have never beat this game because they couldn't complete flight school. It's just so frustrating, okay? Now, I played Grand Theft Auto San Andreas back in 2012. It was the first time I had ever played the game. At the time that I played it, I had been playing a marathon of Grand Theft Auto games, including Grand Theft Auto 3 and Vice City, back to back to back over the course of that summer. And so by the time I got to San Andreas, I was already burnt out. Now compound that with the fact that I was playing on an original PS2 console hooked up to an HD TV without any kind of video conversion. So there was a significant amount of input delay. In addition to that, I was not live streaming back then. So I was failing and doing things wrong with flight school. I had no clue that I was doing wrong because there was no live interaction back then for people to say, Phil, you fucked up, you did this, you did that, Some people even say, I don't know because I haven't gone back and watched the footage, but some people say that the entire time I had my landing gear out. And because of that, it would actually make you fly even worse, or the controls would be worse or whatever. So all that being said, it was pretty much a perfect recipe for disaster. Yeah, I remember I started flight school for like an hour or two one session. Then I started a whole other session of gameplay, which was like 5 straight hours of it. And it took me all that time to finally complete it. And I just remember it was basically a full day and a half of just frustration, rage. The videos did great on YouTube because that's all it was. But, it was basically not a good time for me. And, once I finished flight school, I was so frustrated with the game. I just wanted to rush through it and beat it at that point. I forwent all side content after that. I didn't really care. I just wanted to fucking have that game be done and not have to deal with it anymore. Okay? So, here we are, folks. 6 years later, some things have definitely changed. All right? First of all, I'm playing this on the PlayStation 4 ported version, which means no input delay. So we're already innately, there's a big advantage. And if you guys haven't noticed, as I've played through this game the second time, a lot of the missions I did really easily and or, more quickly with not as many fails as the first playthrough, okay? Some people have been amazed, others not so much, because they're like, listen, it's 6 years later. Phil obviously already played this game once. He's remembering stuff about it. Plus, there's no input delay. Plus, let's face it, 6 more years of gaming experience under the belt, you tend to do a little bit better, okay? I don't know. I don't know how flight school is going to go, okay? Now, here's the thing. We're not there yet. There's still a couple missions left in the game I need to do to unlock flight school. Plus, some people have been telling me about some new side content that I did not do yet that I may seek to do today. So I think we are going to get to flight school today, but I don't think it's going to be immediately the very first thing in this gameplay session. But keep in mind, my streams usually have around 4 hours of gameplay. So, at some point during today's stream, I think we're going to hit it. Brother, and we're going to have to see how it goes. All right. So this could be quite the ordeal. It could be pretty funny. We'll see. Maybe I'll beat it on the first try. How amazing would that be? If I just immediately just ace everything. Boom. Done. Perfection. Yeah, right. Alright, so that is today's gameplay stream, folks. Tonight, I'm not doing a second stream. Why? Well, like I said, sometimes real life gets in the way. Tonight, I have to film the weekend preview, which I will release on King of Hate Vlogs, so you know the schedule for the rest of the week. But I also have to pay a ton of bills. It's my month-end stack of bills have accumulated. I need to pay all of those tonight. Plus, I need to start working on my federal taxes. Which, I've been talking about these for a couple months. I've been warning everyone. I get the feeling come in April, I'm going to owe a bunch of money to the federal government. And I'm trying to prepare for this. This is the first step to knowing exactly what I'm going to owe. Okay? So there you go. Tomorrow, Monday. Tomorrow's going to be a fun day of Star Wars Battlefront 2. Now, I'm playing this as my main stream tomorrow. Originally, this was not the plan. All right? Originally, I was just going to play it as a second stream yesterday. But yesterday, folks, I don't know what happened. I exploded with skill, and I was playing Call of Duty World War II, and I was doing incredibly well. If you weren't here for the streams yesterday and you haven't checked out the videos on YouTube, that was the best session of online FPS multiplayer that I've had probably ever that I've recorded. Now, I've done good in games before, like Modern Warfare 1, Halo 3, Unreal Tournament Series. I've done pretty good at first-person shooters before, but it's never been broadcast on the internet. Usually I'm just kind of meh, or I suck ass. Yesterday, I did really well. Like, surprisingly well. I did not expect that I was going to do that well. I did really good. Most of the time I was at the top of the leaderboards. Was MVP many times. Just exceptionally well. Okay? And people really liked it. In fact, people came out and were like, wow, we're actually pleasantly surprised. Phil's not only, doing so well in the game, but because of it, he's in a very positive attitude. And they came out to support. It was a really good day overall, okay? But I ended up playing Call of Duty all day long. So tomorrow, Monday, I'm going to be doing Star Wars Battlefront 2 as my one main gameplay stream of the day. If you guys aren't aware, Battlefront 2 has a new game mode where everyone gets jetpacks. So we're going to be checking that out. And of course, I'll be doing the usual Galactic Assault mode and stuff like that. It should be a fun stream. Typically, when I play Star Wars Battlefront 2, it ends up being pretty fun and entertaining. So hopefully, you guys will be around tomorrow for that, okay? Only one gameplay stream tomorrow. You might say, well, why? This is crazy. Phil usually has double streams, or if he's going to do a day with only one stream, usually the next day is a double stream day. So what happened? It's very simple, folks. Taxes. I need to keep working on my federal taxes. So tomorrow night, again, no second stream because I'll be working on these taxes. I'm hoping taking the entirety of the night tomorrow to just focus on these, I'll be able to finish them up. There's just a lot of work to do. I have to go through all of my statements, all of my transaction history, all of the payments I received. Basically, it's a lot of busy work, and I have to make a big spreadsheet of data and everything and break it down for, my accountant and everything. Not fun stuff. Boring adult stuff that I hate doing, but I have to do it once a year, okay? So, that's tomorrow night, okay? Tuesday. I'm hoping on Tuesday, folks, things will get back to normal. I'm hoping I will have finished up with my taxes Monday night. And if I do, that means Tuesday will be a double stream day. We'll return to Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. So there you go. Whether I beat Flight School or not today, I'll be, continuing on Tuesday. And then Tuesday night, I'll probably be doing more Secret of Mana. Okay, the sleeper game, sleeper hit, right? Now played 6 hours of it. Really liking it. And having good progress. It's pretty much one of the more laid-back streams that I do, very relaxed, because there's not a heck of a lot that really happens in the game. So there you go. That's going to be probably Tuesday night. The only exception would be if by some chance, all right, if by some chance I did not finish my taxes on Monday night, okay, then I will be doing that Tuesday night and definitely finishing them Tuesday night. I hope I finish the Monday night because I would really like to do a double stream, okay? But it doesn't mean that I'm going to. It doesn't mean that I'm going to at all. Okay, so that is Tuesday. And then Wednesday, folks. Wednesday is the big fundraiser session day. If you may be like, well, fundraiser for what? What's going on? Well, as I just mentioned, my federal taxes are coming up. And there's basically 3 groups of taxes I'm going to owe. First of all, I'm going to owe back taxes for the years of 2014 through 2016 that I lived here and I didn't pay state business tax. I didn't know that I owed it. It was my previous tax attorney / accountant who screwed me over, did not do due diligence to find out that I owed these taxes, so I never paid them. Therefore, I'm probably going to owe thousands of dollars in back taxes to the state of Washington, but they said that assessment's not going to be done until late March or early April, so I'm going to have to start paying those either in late March or early April. So that's number 1. Number 2, I'm going to owe federal taxes for 2017. You might say, but 2017's over. Wouldn't you have already paid those taxes? Nope. Here's why. Because at the end of last year, you guys helped me out tremendously. If you guys remember, I did a fundraiser in December because I had a big lump sum of taxes due in January. I had to pay these state business taxes for 2017 by the end of January. So I did a big fundraiser. You guys came out in droves and supported me, which I'm amazingly grateful for. Thank you guys and gals for that, seriously. And you allowed me to get past this tax hurdle in January. However, because I made more money in December than normal, I now owe more federal taxes on it. And, of course, I didn't have the money for it because, guess what? I had to put that money towards the state taxes. So now I owe probably, what I'm assuming, I don't know, this is another guess, probably owe a couple $1,000s of extra federal taxes because of the extra income that I got at the end of the year. And then on top of all that, okay, on top of all that, we've got 2018 taxes. Because if you guys aren't aware, when you're self-employed, the way it works is every quarter, you're supposed to estimate what you're going to make. And based off of an estimate of how much money you think you may bring in, you're supposed to, again, estimate how many taxes you owe and pay that to the federal government in estimated payments. It's really stupid. You know, if you have just a 9-to-5 job, you know, oh, okay, I worked this many hours, I earned this much money, so I owe this much tax. It's automatically taken out of your paycheck. They don't do that for self-employed people. Instead, we just got to guess. Just fucking guess. And if you're right, amazing. If you're wrong, a lot of the times you end up paying penalties and shit, which is stupid. It's a broken system. It doesn't really work. But hey, United States of America, folks, right? Really stupid. So anyway, I've got 3 big tax payments coming up. State tax, back taxes, remainder of the federal taxes for 2017, and then whatever this first estimated payment will be for 2018. And guess when all that's due? The middle of April. It's all due at the very middle of April, which sucks, because how am I going to, you know what I mean? I don't even know what I owe. Yeah, I'm somehow supposed to raise all this money, whatever it is, by the middle of April. That's not cool. Now, the good news here, folks, is that I do have some money saved up from December's, fundraising. I didn't use all of it yet. Plus, these past couple of months, as I told you guys, have been really good on Twitch. So I do have a little bit of extra money saved up. But I guarantee you it's not going to be enough. It's going to probably be thousands of dollars short. And if I don't pay these taxes that I owe in April, now they start levying fees and interest and all this shit because I didn't pay on time. All right. So that's why this coming Wednesday, I'm going to be doing a fundraiser. What does that entail? Well, it means that my main stream on Wednesday will be PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. As you know, incredibly interactive stream. There's tons of time during the gameplay for me to interact with you guys, which means if you cheer, sub, or tip, there'll be a tremendous amount of time for me to answer your questions, talk with you, and start discussions, okay? Now, based off of how well I did in Call of Duty yesterday and how much people enjoyed it, I'm thinking I may do for my second stream on Wednesday, Call of Duty World War II again, okay? I think people really liked it. It got people excited and motivated, and I think I may want to do that again Wednesday night, all right? Strike when the fire is hot, as they say. Since I'm doing well, might as well keep doing it. So there you go. Should be good, and it should be a fun day. Now, obviously, what I'm asking you guys is if you support me, right, and you want me to be able to keep doing this as a job, you want me to be able to stay in Washington, in this house, with my girlfriend, and keep putting out the high-quality streams that you guys enjoy on a daily basis, if you can come by on Wednesday and, join the streams and contribute if you can, I'd be very, very, very appreciative, all right? It's certainly not mandatory. I'm certainly not demanding it, but I'm just saying I'm doing this special event on Wednesday, for the very reason of trying to raise as many funds as possible so that when these taxes are due, I don't get slammed and now I can't pay them and now I have to figure out how am I going to pay them, and if I can't pay them, now by the end of the year I have to sell my house. That would be terrible, all right? Don't want to do that, all right? But let's see how it goes. Hopefully, between, like I said, the money I have saved from the end of last year, the money that I've raised extra on Twitch up to now, and whatever I can raise on this Wednesday, hopefully it'll be enough to whatever I owe in April, it'll be enough. Now, I won't know until like March, April. I won't know what I actually owe until my tax attorney takes all this information that I'm working on tonight and tomorrow and does the number crunching and says, okay, Phil, here it is. Boom. This is what you need to raise by such and such a date. Okay. So I won't know until all that work's done. Okay. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'll let you guys know, obviously. I'll give you more information as it's available. You know me, I'm very transparent, okay? But there you go. Now, worst case scenario, if I don't raise enough for these taxes on Wednesday, okay, which we won't know until how much I even owe until sometime in March. The good news is there's still the possibility people can contribute via, tips and stuff, even though cheers and subs on my streams are 2 months delayed, meaning if you were to cheer or subscribe to my channel today, that's great. That'll count in time for my taxes because I'll get paid for that in April. But let's say, for example, once March hits, any cheers or subs that you guys do, I won't get paid for those until May, which means it's too late to help me with my April taxes, okay? The good news is you can still tip me, and the tips will still come through in time. So there's still a possibility that even if I don't raise enough between everything I've saved plus Wednesday, I could still get through what I'm doing, all right? So let's see what happens. All right, we'll go from there. I don't want to be super positive at the same time. I don't want to be super negative. We really don't know anything yet, okay? But I'm just kind of trying to explain to you guys why I'm doing this fundraiser on Wednesday, because there's a lot of misinformation. Of course, people are completely making shit up because they're idiots. Okay? So that's going to be Wednesday. And then continuing on this week, obviously we're going to have the continuation of San Andreas. All right? And I'll balance that out with other stuff, Secret of Mana. There'll be more PUBG, later in the week. This coming Saturday, which is March 3rd, all right, Indies Marathon, where patrons right now are voting on what games will be included in this marathon. Games include things such as Doki Doki Literature Club, Darkest Dungeon, Stardust Valley, or is it Stardew Valley, excuse me. Amongst other things, there's like 5 or 6 games in the running, I believe, that people are voting on right now. One of the games that I'm definitely playing is Getting Over It. So this is a game This is a game, and during this this game is about apparently a one-armed guy who's inside of a barrel climbing over shit. It's one of the weirdest games I've ever seen, and people wanted me to play it like 2 months ago. You know, obviously I've been pretty busy recently, but I said, hey, for an indie marathon or whatever, this would be pretty good. So I'm definitely going to be playing that. And then combine that with whatever games are voted in by the patrons. All right. So that's going to be Saturday coming up. So we'll have a fun Saturday marathon, and we'll go from there. All right. So there you go. That's kind of the week in a nutshell, just so you guys know what to expect. It's going to be a very varied week. You know, we're going to have Grand Theft Auto, Star Wars, PUBG, Call of Duty, Secret of Mana, Indies Marathon, fundraiser. You know, a lot of stuff going on. I hope if you can check it out, you'll be here for the streams. I do appreciate that, okay? All right, folks. So that's about it. Let's go ahead and do some quick plugs, okay? And then let's go ahead and do some shout-outs for those people who have cheered, subbed, and tipped so far, you know, during the pre-stream. And then we'll get started with San Andreas. Sound good? Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your support. Again, I have to say thank you. 2017 was a tremendous year where I was able to turn around things and get a lot less focus on YouTube and more here on my streaming presence. My streams are doing better than ever, which is tremendously great. I'm very appreciative of that. So thank you. In fact, the past few months have been really good here on Twitch with your support and the amount of attendance and everything that I've seen. I've seen growth, and that's great, okay? That being said, if you want to be if you want to go the extra mile, you want to go above and beyond just being a standard stream viewer or video watcher, and you want to say, yeah, I really support Phil's efforts, I want to see these streams continue on a daily basis, there are many ways that you can contribute and go above and beyond just being a viewer. The first would be Patreon, which you can check out over at patreon.com/darksidephil, where your monthly pledges and contributions directly aid in the cost of operating this business. All right, a lot of costs come into play: electricity and internet and games and everything, equipment. But on Patreon, when you pledge to my Patreon, you get stuff back for it. Different perk levels depending on what you pledge, including text or verbal thank yous in my videos, being able to nominate and vote on games for events, like I already mentioned. The patrons are now voting on this Indies Marathon, or getting your questions answered in my bi-monthly Q&A series, Ask the King, or even getting a private Q&A video made, which is the best perk. Some people have gotten this perk multiple times because they liked it so much. All right, all the details are over at patreon.com/darksidephil. I'm not going to go into massive detail about it here on pre-stream. Please give it a look. And for those who have already contributed, I appreciate it. And for those who are thinking of possibly contributing, thank you very much. Number 2, there is my Teespring shop, where you can buy all kinds of merchandise themed towards DarkSidePhil, DSPGaming, etc. Check it out. Teespring.com/stores/DSPGaming. And anything that you get from that store, I get a pretty sizable commission, all right? T-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, mugs, stickers, all kinds of fun stuff. And I'm very appreciative of anyone who does buy something from there. If you do, and once you receive your merchandise, please send me a picture. It would be really awesome if you send me a picture on my Twitter, @TheyCallMeDSP. I'd be more than happy to repost that for my over 25,000 Twitter followers, okay? All right, and then, folks, of course, last but certainly not least, if you're here live on the stream and you want to get a shout-out during today's stream, you actually want to get some credit for your contributions, if you either cheer, sub, or tip. So cheering with bits, subscribing to the channel, or tipping me, if you do any of those things, you will get an answer, or first of all, you'll get a shout-out, a verbal shout-out. All right, now, obviously the shout-outs, I'm going to try to stick them in between gameplay. If I'm in the middle of a difficult, heated mission, I'm probably not going to stop to do the shout-out. At the same time, I'm going to do my best to get them in there so that everyone gets credit where credit is due. Some limitations. Number 1, I'm not going to read a troll message. If someone's insulting me or whatever, not going to read that. And number 2, obviously, if someone's leaving a giant paragraph of unrelated information to the stream and it's very derailing to read it and have to answer 40 questions, this is not a Q&A show. It's okay for me to answer quick questions here and there. It's not okay for you to leave me a dissertation. If you put a Shakespearean soliloquy in a cheer, I'm probably not going to read it. Okay, I'm just saying. I purposely leave it at my discretion what I will and won't shout out, so that way we can have a streamlined stream that everyone enjoys. Now, in addition to the shout outs, if you cheer 50 bits or more, if you subscribe to the channel and then you click on the share button that appears after you subscribe, or If you tip me $5 or more, you'll actually get an on-screen pop-up thank you notification. All right. This will allow you to not only get verbal recognition for your contributions, but also to get visual recognition on stream. You get a little animation. And I do want to say thank you to Popsicolo, who recently redesigned both our cheering bits animation as well as the subscriber animation. So we've got brand new animations here, for the streams that have made them pretty more exciting, recently. In fact, the sub-hype animation is really cool because it's actually the sub-hype emote. So once it happens, people who are subs all, get hype and do use the sub-hype emote in the stream chat, which is pretty cool. So shout out to him. And of course, shout out to Dr. Zombius, who had created the previous animations for stream. And the one that I still use for the tips is still the Dr. Zombius animation. Pretty cool. Okay. So, yes, thank you guys very much for your support. I do appreciate all of your support. And looking forward to a fun stream, all right? So now, without further ado, all right, it is now time for us to give shout-outs to those who have cheered, subbed, and tipped here on the pre-stream. So let's do it, all right? Scrolling all the way down here. First of all, I have to refresh my Muxie because I know a couple people actually did contribute overnight when I was not even live on stream, which is pretty cool that people keep me in mind when I'm not here, okay? So, first of all, overnight, we had Infinite55, did a 100-bit cheer. Thank you, Infinite, for the cheer. And he says, so now, Phil, I'm getting inundated with whispers saying, I'm supporting someone who pulled a knife on someone at EVO. I swear the narrative changes every week. Anyway, I hope the stream goes well. Yeah. So, the latest nonsense from complete brain-dead, mouth-drooling idiots, folks, if you're not aware, the latest nonsense is that supposedly I'm banned from all fighting game tournaments permanently because I pulled a knife, not once, but twice, on someone at EVO, and I was permanently banned. Guess what? It's completely untrue. The story is 100% false. That was someone else in the fighting game community that apparently did that. I have nothing to do with that. But the other day, some idiot, some fighting game streamer on stream, apparently got me confused with whoever else this other idiot was that did this, and basically brought this up on stream. And of course, anytime anyone talks about me, it goes viral, and everyone has to talk, oh, did you hear what Phil did? Did you hear what Phil did? From these fucking idiot nudniks, right? So this moron on stream completely talks out of his asshole, completely incorrectly, all right? And apparently these morons picked up on it, and now they're trying to spread misinformation and claim that it's true. It's not. It's completely false. It's like I've said. In reality, all right? In reality, it's the complete opposite. There have been people who have threatened me with violence at tournaments, and I've always walked away. And trust me, there was ample opportunity for me to get into a fight with some of these people who just get out of control at tournaments, and I've always either, diffused the situation or I walked away. Because I'm bigger than that. I'm not going to go to a fighting game tournament and start fighting over video games. It's the stupidest, most immature, dumb shit I've ever heard in my fucking life. But, let's literally say the complete opposite. With no justification, with no evidence, let's just spread rumors and lies about people, right? Because that's what people do. So it is what it is. It's not true at all, folks. It's completely untrue. But I'm not surprised. If you guys get spammed in the stream chat, especially if you guys cheer, sub, or tip, you may find that you get spammed by morons on Twitch chat. Just block them and then report them, by the way, to Twitch so they get banned permanently from Twitch. Because they're basically just no-life idiots. Okay? They're just complete no-life idiots. All right. So, thank you very much to Infinite for that cheer. I do appreciate that cheer. Okay? Shout out to Lady Morag. Lady Morag did a 100-bit cheer. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Shout out to Olivisaurus Rex. So now we're getting to the people who actually cheered, subbed, and tipped during today's stream already. Olivisaurus Rex did a cheer and said, when you were in high school and university, what were your favorite types of classes? Math, science, history, etc. For me, I would say, looking at all of the classes that I took, probably, I'm trying to think. I would say One of the best classes I ever had, this is the God's honest truth, one of the best classes I ever had was religion. Now you might say, what? Yeah, there was a religion class that I took at college, university, whatever you want to call it. And that being said, it was such a good class, and the reason it was good was because this guy who taught it was so open-minded. He was like, dude, he's like, do you realize there really probably is not one true religion that's correct? He's like, listen, if you look at all the origins of all different religions, and he went through it, he's like, look at it. Buddhism, Christianity, Judaism, Hinduism, other kinds of deep spiritualism. He's going through all of them, right? Even some of the things that the Native Americans and Native cultures believed. And he's looking at all these. He's like, do you realize that regardless of the fact that the narrative changes, the person in the story is different. The specifics of the story is different. And do you realize that most of the major religious teachings teach the same thing? He's like, take a look. And he would basically draw these commonalities and these parallels between all of them. And he was basically like, it doesn't really matter. He's like, there's so many people who are closed-minded in the world, and they hate on other people because you don't 100% directly believe what they believe, right? He's like, it's such a closed-minded mentality because in reality, if you actually look at the commonalities between the religions, you can find these pretty much common moral values and goals that if you live by them, obviously, it looks like you'd have a good life and everyone would have a good life. The problem is that people get so caught up in the specifics of who and why and how and where rather than the moral behind the stories, right? That's where we get into trouble. Saying that only this one thing is the right one. Only this one person was the right religious figure, right? You see, and that's where he says you can get into this slippery slope of now you're completely flipping it on its head onto something that's not supposed to be. That religion at its core is supposed to be, values and things that you live by in your life to make you a better person and to make the lives of others enriched. And when you use religion as a scapegoat to go out and hurt others and use it as a detriment to others, that is the complete polar opposite of what it was intended to do in the first place. And it was pretty interesting. Now, certainly there were differences between religions too. Don't get me wrong. There's some real core values of certain religions that are very, very different. Okay? But what he taught in this class blew my mind in a lot of ways. And in a lot of ways, that was the first time that my mind was open. I was like, man, I gotta have an open mind when it comes to, different things. Sometimes when you grow up in a certain place, a certain location in the world, or a certain culture, you try to believe, well, what I believe is correct. Because that's where I was growing up with. I was inundated into this mentality, this way of thinking that what I believe is correct and what you believe is wrong. If you don't believe what I believe, that's your own fault for not having faith or whatever, right? And my complete kind of worldview changed because of this one course that I took when I was in college. And it was pretty awesome, man. It was a pretty awesome course. Let me put it that way. So there you go. There's your answer, Elyphosaurus. Hopefully, probably not the answer you were expecting, but yeah, that's the God's honest truth. All right. Frantic. Oh my God. Frantic burp. No, that is not the name of the person. Holy shit. Oh my God. Excuse me, guys. Ugh. Let's try this again. I'm exploding, and I apologize for this, guys. This is disgusting. Wow. Okay. Let's get back. Let's try this again. Frantic Ficus tipped me $5. He says, I'm sorry to hear that, your laws entitle you to pay a certain amount of taxes. I hope this helps, and I wish you the best of luck. Thank you very much, Frantic Ficus, for the $5 tip. I appreciate that, and yes, that will go to good use. I got an anonymous $1 tip, and the person asks, why do you feel the need to address every little thing the trolls say about you? You just feed the flames that way. It's best to just ignore it. Anonymous, if you are, living under a rock or you're deaf, because it sounds like you are, I didn't bring it up. I read a shout-out, and I answered the shout-out because the person was required and or deserved an answer because of their contribution. I didn't bring it up out of the blue. I was answering something that someone asked me. There's a big difference between just harping on it myself and going on a tirade about it myself and or answering a question from someone who cheered. And if you don't understand the difference, you're pretty ignorant. I don't know what else to say. Okay? So there you go. Olivia Soares did another cheer. I said, would you have considered moving to California if the taxes weren't so high? Seems like a really awesome place to live. Well, I'll tell you this. Certain places of California, the weather is quite good. And there's a lot of nice stuff in California. Okay, there is. I've been there several times. I've actually been to Northern California once. I went to Southern California a couple of times. I actually spent 2 weeks in Orange County, California. I've been to a bunch of places in California. I've been to Hollywood Boulevard before LA, but I've also been to another area a long, long time ago for a tournament, and I really liked it there too. So all that being said, California is a nice place. However, outside of a very small number of places in California, it's actually pretty expensive to live there. There's taxes that are pretty high, prices are pretty high, and from what I was to understand, it was not a good place to start your own business or be self-employed because of additional taxes. So that's why I really did not have California as one of the places I was considering when I moved, because I was looking to move somewhere cheaper than Connecticut, not somewhere just as expensive or more expensive than Connecticut. Okay? Okay. Shout out to DSPGaming, who did a 100-bit cheer and said, I only pray to Daddy Phil, God bless the Lord of Penne. Har, 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 har. Har, 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 har. Hilarious. How dare you? Okay. And I also got another anonymous $5 tip. It says, is there a full-time or part-time job to be your son? What? I don't even understand that. I think it was an attempt at a joke. I think the joke fell flat on its face because I don't get it. Okay then. Can you rephrase in the form of something that makes sense or is funny? Because I don't think that was very successful. That pretty much fell flat on its face. I don't even understand what that was. People in the street are like, what the hell? People are weird as hell. I know, I agree. Some people, this is going to be a knee slapper. This one's going to be, like, everyone's going to be guffawing on stream. Just wait. I've been saving this one up for weeks. Here we go. Let me type this out. Is there a full-time, part-time job to be your son? Return, send the tip. Here it comes. Oh, Phil's reading it. And it failed. Okay. Olivia Soares Rex just did another cheer and said, I'm hoping there will be a day when I can cheer in your stream and not get trolls messaging me constantly. Olivia Soares Rex, again, I will say this publicly. I do apologize for the stupidity of people who do that. Obviously, if I had control over it, I would do something about it. There's not, since they're not doing it to me, I have no control over it. It has to be on the individual. If you're getting harassed by someone, just block them and or report them to Twitch. Yeah, it sucks that there is actually a group of hundreds of idiots, brainless morons, who hate me for various reasons, even though their reasons are not really justified. When they actually try to explain them, you'll realize how, slow these people are. I don't know how else to describe it. And, I apologize for that. But you know what? Hopefully, the entertainment value you get out of my streams is enough for you to put up with the slight annoyance of a bunch of idiots. Okay. All right, I think we are done. I think that I've done all the Yep, it looks like I've done all the shout-outs. So I want to say again, thank you everyone for your contributions. And again, if you do cheer, sub, or tip, I will give you a shout-out. Looking forward to it. I don't know how well it's going to go here with Flight School. We're going to see. I'm not doing it immediately. Like I said, there may be some side content that I do first. I do have to complete a couple story missions as well before I can do the Flight School. All right. I believe also I have to grind with swimming. I already did grind with swimming, but I think I may have to grind more with swimming. I'm not sure. I have to up my lung capacity or whatever. I guess we'll see. Okay, but, man, let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes today, all right? All right, everyone. Thank you very much. Let's do this. Let's get started with Grand Theft Auto San Andreas the second run. All right, let's do it.